obviously, yeah, we are looking after the people, the as we call it, underserved majority,
Right.
which is the small business owners, right? Because the majority of businesses are small business owners, which, as you rightly said, they cannot afford to go some big agencies, and they don't want to spend that amount
Right.
of money. So yes, those people are our clients. That starts our target audience, and we have the engine, the AI engine, which actually creates the post. You can choose your brand colors. You can
Right.
choose your own designs. You can replace the post. So basically, it's everything kind of like a custom made for you.
Whit, welcome back. We had a podcast maybe about 2-3 years back when you were running an amazing video agency, and welcome back. So Whit Kadusek is from Czech Republic. And how long have you been in Dubai now?
It's been 11 years now.
Okay, approximately the same time I've been here.
Yeah.
Right. So quick diving into like what brought you to Dubai before we get into your product.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, Eligio. It's a pleasure as always. Actually, the reason why I'm in Dubai is I used to be a TV producer, and I produce all things around golf. So
Right.
I traveled the world with golf tournaments, and that brought me here, obviously, because there's a lot of high-level golf tournaments running on here. I was covering the tournaments here, and then kind of decided with my then business partner that we can relocate our company here, and that my journey started in 2012.
Awesome. So diving into the main reason why I wanted to be on my show, before I started, and this I said in my last podcast, I've never left a meeting or a conversation without adding some value in my life in terms of technology that can help. There is a solution called Soapbox. Right, I still record it and send it, and the amount of conversions that I get because I send it on Soapbox. So I should give some affiliate marketing program for a bit for that Soapbox. It's an amazing tool. It just blows the mind of the people when they see that presentation. How is the marketing tech world in this? Because this is kind of dormant. Most of the solutions that you get are not built from the region. It's mostly adapted from the rest of the world. So how is the marketing tech world out here?
Well, so I think overall marketing and technology goes hand in hand, right? And they develop so quickly.
Right.
And I think if you want to stay at the top of the game, and if you want to kind of know what's going on, you need to keep up with, and that means really keeping up. I don't want to say even on a daily basis, maybe hourly basis, because
Right.
there's so many news coming out, every single hour, maybe let's not get too much excited.
I get
but
the flow of throw, yeah.
Every single day, there is something new coming up. And obviously there are so many tools, so many things, so many solutions. I think that that's really like a flood of things which are coming out, especially recently in recent months, and I just like that. To explore that space. I like to see the tools. I like to try them out, and obviously because I think because I'm a lazy person, so I always like these tools because I feel like they allow me to do some other things because
Right.
they cut my time of doing some mundane day-to-day tasks. So that's why probably I'm so so crazy about all these new things and new technologies.
Yeah. So before we get into why the name Someli? What does the name even mean?
Yeah, so Someli is it's kind of like a baby of mine, which came about during the COVID times.
Right.
You probably remember that during the COVID times where everything was kind of like a shutdown, I used to have a video production agency, which still is running. But that time, because our basically pretty much our activities were down to zero, and just prior to COVID, I started to do a little bit of a teaching about, because a lot of people kept asking me, how we acquiring clients, and we did a lot of things with LinkedIn. So I started to do a lot of LinkedIn seminars, and then obviously when
Yes, I
COVID hit,
remember
I did a lot of webinars. I think during the COVID times I did about close to 200 webinars.
Wow.
So it was really crazy. Every second day I was doing some webinar, and during those times, during those webinars, I realized one thing, that people like to absorb the learning, but they never do anything. You know, rarely they action on the learnings, and it pains me for them as well, because I feel like, okay, well, you spend 2 hours now with me, you know, learning something new, and then if I ask you next day, what did you do? I say, well, you know, I had to make these calls, and I have to go there, and you know, I had this meeting, and I'll do it over the weekend, and the weekend comes, and you spend time with the kids. You know the story. It's kind of like a very, very similar. So I was thinking about this, like a why, what is happening there, and I realized that basically what the problem is. The problem is that we are busy, right? Like we are all busy with our own things, with our own businesses, and then with the teaching, that means that somebody is putting even more on your plate, already quite full. So I was thinking, okay, so let me try to figure out how to take away from the plate, you know, how to ease that pain, which all of us, like as a business owners or entrepreneurs, we feeling. So, and that was the beginning, the origin of Someli, because Someli supposed to be a social media automation tool,
Right.
which basically generates with AI post for your social media, post it on your behalf, and basically you don't need to do anything really. You just click approve and that's it. So Someli, the name is actually short of social media library.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's media library, which means that there is a huge amount of content which you can choose from. It's ready-made content, ready for you content, tailor-made for your company, for your business. And it just simply, you can go there and then we can choose. Somebody will choose the post for you, and then you can just approve it, and that's it.
Okay, so I'll wear the hat of somebody who could be a potential user of your solution, and I'm just trying to ask the questions from their perspective, right? So we know AI is a big buzzword now, and maybe you created AI products even before it began. And I'm sure the product development will reach a different phase with the amount of AI has upscaled. So if and from what I could gather from your website is that the solution is for mostly solopreneurs or smaller organizations who cannot afford an agency, right? Who want to create content, they have a lot of knowledge, and they want to share that or create content or sales post, and they create this content much more easily through an automated process. Now, my question is, like, if I am a finance guy, right, and there is 10 finance guys, right, and 20 finance guys, and AI does create content. So is there a chance that the look and feel would be the same, or do you will all posts be different? Can I put into the solution my brand colors or stuff like that, so that it eventually leads to a solution which is more in line with what I want?
Yeah, so there are so many questions which you ask.
Yeah, sorry. I know. You're pretty excited about the product. So, yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. Yes, absolutely. So, obviously, yeah, we are looking after the people, as we call it, underserved majority,
right,
which is the small business owners, right? Because the majority of businesses are small business owners, which, as you rightly said, they cannot afford to go some big agencies, and they don't want to spend that amount of money. So yes, those people are our clients. That starts our target audience, and we have the engine, the AI engine, which actually creates the post. You can choose your brand colors. You can choose your own designs. You can replace the post. So basically, it's everything kind of like a custom made for you. I'm not saying that, like, imagine how many tips you can give on a certain topic, which are kind of like a generic. So obviously the content, even if you go to blog posts, certain, few, like if we're gonna talk about, for example, marketing. So how many marketing tips are there? How to choose your brand colors. Probably these, the blog posts will be probably, similar. Yeah, obviously each one will write it in their own words or slightly different phrases, or that would be probably the only difference. But the core of the message will probably stay the same. Yeah. So this is the similar thing for the messaging. Yeah. Obviously you can say certain things. The truth is one, but then you you can say
Yeah,
it
got it.
in a 10 different ways. And this is exactly how we create the content. So I'm not saying that everything is completely tailor-made for you, but those are like a basic visibility which is there for you. And I'm always, when I'm talking to our clients, I always say, take it as the consistency which is on your behalf, so you don't need to worry about, did I post today, did I forget, or what should I post today, and then suddenly you're in that kind of like a firefighting mode that I didn't post, I'm not there. No, you're there with Someli create posts for you, you're constantly there, you don't need to worry about this. And then on top of that, because we have the post room and the design console and everything, you can go there and you can create your own post. You can create, we have our own templates, so you can choose from the templates. It's basically like a Canva-like environment where you can go and you can design your own post. On top of that, those which already are there from Someli. So it's kind of like a really all-in-one solution, all-in-one platform where you can go to, and then you can basically design everything what you want for whole month, and you don't need to worry about it at all.
Yeah, fantastic. Because see, one of the biggest challenges in the audience that you're targeting, sorry, I'm being generalizing the audience that you're targeting, be it accountants, are not are always tech challenged. Not always. I'm sorry, I'm generalizing. There are a lot of people who are good in tech. They're also marketing challenged in the sense of what is the messaging, what should the copy, what should I write, right? So even before I get to the final product, or how do you audience, just walk me like day one, like I just log in and I do a trial, right? Where should we, how will the journey start? So, and this is for the people who are listening in that, so for them in the head, their tech and the marketing lack of knowledge should not be a barrier for that. Like, is it too complicated?
Sure.
How do I write the message? How does the solution help?
So there are a few things which I would like to say before I get to nitty-gritty and answer your question. So first, I really like what you mentioned, because when we identify the pain points of the underserved majority, that was very clear. No time for social media, lack of content ideas. People just simply don't know what to post about, and they don't have the professional skills. They don't know how to design the post,
right?
And they don't have the consistency. Those were the four main things which majority of people, whenever we talk to them, and I'm pretty sure that you're coming from marketing, so people have always issue with these things. No time, no content, no consistency, and no professional skills. So all these four things Someli is addressing. Yeah. So we're telling you, don't worry, you don't need to have any of those. Someli will take care of it. Second thing which I wanted to say is that Someli, and I feel like it's not just Someli, but any tool needs to be simple.
Right.
Need to be understandable, need to be intuitive. You cannot have imagine how many times you try some tools and then you don't know where to click, you don't know what to do, and then starting to being confused where to go to the platform. After a while, you feel like, oh my God, like a half an hour spending on this platform, probably I just leave. Yeah. So again, simplicity, that's our word, our keyword. Whenever we talk about our front-end developers, back-end developers, whenever we have these product meetings, we always say, please, we need to really simplify everything and streamline. People can be judged of that if that is really simple or not at this moment, our platform. But we're really trying to do that. It's simply to use platform. Yeah, it shouldn't be complicated. So when you sign up with Someli, and there's a 2 weeks free trial which anybody can go to and they can try. Basically, Someli will ask you just for your name and for your email address. You can upload your logo, which then will be added to your post if you want to. You can of course fiddle around with the posting time and things like this. But first, what Someli will take you is a content calendar, because why you coming to Someli is to create a post, right? So you want to see first, how the posts look like. So
correct.
Obviously, the first thing is Someli will take you to the post calendar. And you will see your post there, which Someli is preparing for you in that particular field or particular part of the platform. So you can go there straight away. You can have a look. Obviously, again, If you, for some reason, you don't want to post in that particular time, you can change it. If you don't want that messaging on the post, you can change the messaging on the post. If you don't, if you for some reason want to change it completely, the post, you can again replace it. Yeah. So all these things are there for those who would like to fiddle around with this. Yeah. So I like to talk about it. It's like camera. If you buy a camera, it's whether fully manual or fully automatic or something in between. Yeah. So you can use it in a fully manual mode where you try with it all the switches and things, but also you can have it on a fully automated mode where you say, okay, these posts, okay, fine, they look nice, click approve, and that's it, and it's approved and scheduled for you, and then it schedules to, basically now we're scheduling to 4 different channels. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So these are the 4 channels we are currently scheduling the post to, and obviously we will be improving and as times go on, then we're gonna bring on videos and some other stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. So if like as you said, there's a range of involvement in what the final product is, right? You can just take it off the shelf.
Sure.
What comes out of the solution, or you can do fiddle around, and that can. But if as I'm a doctor, all right, okay, and I want some base content that needs to be let's say I need 12 to 15 posts done regularly in this thing. How much time do I have to spend as a doctor to make sure that at a minimum space, range space, so that I know that, okay, this is the number of hours I should be setting aside, because even though it's automated, you have to put in those inputs, put in those knowledge into the system for you to get an output. So what is the minimum amount of time somebody should think of?
So the posts are prepared for you, so you really don't need to spend any time. Yeah, the only time which you need to spend is to go to the platform, and I always suggest to all of our clients, go there once in a week, have a look at the post for whole week, how they're scheduled, because usually majority of our clients, they sign up for 4 posts a week. Yeah. So have a look at the 4 posts a week. If you're happy with this, just click approve, and that's the time which you need to spend. Yeah. So the minimum time you need to spend is really just to approving the post. Obviously, Someli cannot post on your behalf without you approving what you want to post. Yeah. So obviously, you have always the finger on the button. Yeah. So it's always up to you to approve the content. If you want to play around again, that's up to you, and then you can spend 1 hour in a week just to kind of fiddle around with the content. But that would be the maximum probably what you need to spend, and that's it. And you have scheduled the post for the whole week.
So we know that static post is what it is. Video also part of the solution? Is it there? Is this something that you're planning to build upon?
It's in the pipeline, yes.
It's in the pipeline, right? So now coming back to the product as it stands today. Now creating the static post, like writing the copy, right? A lot of times the copy may not be the best written copy or content that is written, even if the doctor fiddles around with the copy, right? Is there a risk factor on like the engagement? Is there anything that you held? Like a lot of the posts may need some kind of a paid support. Is that something that you do on the side, or how does that work?
Yeah. So we are really with Someli. We're really on the organic side of the marketing. Okay. Yeah. So the paid, like a boosting the post and all that. It really is. It's something which we are still thinking if we should get into or not. But again, it is that would be something in the near future, rather than it's not a current support there, because we are really all about organic reach. So the Someli is really about posting, getting you in front of clients on a regular basis without you being too heavy on engagement in it. Yeah, so you don't need to really worry too much about this. So Someli will prepare the post for you. Someli, the content which is there is going through a certain process of approvals. So obviously we have our own content writers. We have our own designers as well, so they do the quality check, whatever is coming from the AI engine, because obviously, as you know, you need to teach your AI. You need, and then that's why we spend a lot of time before all this craze with ChatGPT and all that stuff. We kind of we had this AI things in our heads and in our solution already long before this whole craze began. But yeah, obviously we keep teaching our algorithm, how to create the right content and what to do and how. Talking about the strategies, talking about this, and again, that's something which we have in mind, which is not there at this moment, but the whole onboarding process would in the near future look in a similar way, that you will basically just give an intent to our engine, what you want to do with your social media. I want to be more visible with my brand. I want to be more engaging.
Right.
I want to be more, you will have a certain strategies which you can outline for the engine, and based on that, the content will be delivered to you. That kind of content mix. I very often talk about this content mix as something, as a magazine. Magazines, they how long they're around, hundreds of years probably, and they really perfected the layout, yeah. Because many times people just the misconception is that I want to sell more on social media. That's why I push my product, but then there's a resistance from the other side, right?
Right.
Because people just don't like to be sold to, yeah. Of course, they, once in a while you can do these sales messages, but you cannot push them all the time. So in a similar manner, the magazine, while I'm talking about the magazine is also not about just selling products, right? Or it's not about only interview or something. Magazine there is a variety of things, like it needs to be engaging, it needs to be nice, it needs to be nicely wrapped, it needs to be nicely presented, but it also needs to be like engaging and interesting and entertaining content.
Right.
So this is exactly where Someli comes in with a strategy. We're trying to present to our clients with entertaining and engaging and educative content. So it's not just about some PR messages about my product, but it's also a little bit of a humor, a little bit interesting facts. What about the history? What about some statistics? What about some books, some tips, tricks? How to? All these kind of things. They are part of that interesting social media channel, right? That's why you go to a certain social media channel, because you get all the different kind of information which feels, oh, this is really interesting, this is really nice, yeah. And then you having that experience with the company or with that person who is providing you the content with, and that's the engagement where we are after with Someli, and that's what we want to basically do for our clients.
Yeah. So I'll come back to the product later, but one of the questions that I have is that considering the product, it is, and you always struggle with the first use, right? There's consumers who are early majority who are early adopters, right? Who will adopt your product easily, right? What's your go-to-market strategy? Like how do you take a product like this, which is so mass? And I think the pricing starts at as low as $39, yes. Right? Yeah. So what's your go-to-market strategy? How do you build the scale?
So at this stage, because actually the whole journey, which I told you, which began during the COVID times, that we are kind of like a BNI success story, I would say. For those who doesn't know BNI, BNI is an organization like Business Network International. Me and my co-founder, business partner, Rajiv, we met actually 7 years back. Mm-hmm. In a BNI, we became friends. We kept in touch, and then basically during the COVID period, we met again, and we kind of start talking about this, and then from that discussion, Someli came about. So even our go-to-market strategy starts with BNI. Yeah? So right. a lot of our clients at this moment, which we have, are actually members of BNI, are part of BNI, and then from there goes word of mouth. We honestly speaking, we are still in a phase where we kind of feel that still the like a heavy marketing in terms of like a digital marketing or some kind of like a big marketing push is still very, very early.
Right.
Yeah. So we're still in a phase where we kind of like really go slow with the slow in kind of like a slow mode in terms of a marketing, but yeah, we're getting really a lot of like a nice feedback, and we get a lot of Google reviews, which I'm happy about. So it's kind of like a spreading by itself that people are telling, I'm posting with Someli, and then the other people asking what is that, and let me introduce you, and things like that. So word of mouth is a big one, and obviously, like I said, like number one for us at this moment is BNI.
Do you have a referral marketing as built into the engine right
Again,
now?
we do have in mind. We're preparing the whole structure of affiliate marketing, but at this moment is still in a very, very early phase. Yeah, early stage.
Yeah, cool. So I guess one of the key questions that I want to ask, like, even though the solution is from here, right? Is UAE the only market you're targeting, or your horizons are much bigger or larger than what UAE?
Yes, obviously, like our the dreams or the whole journey which we have in mind is much bigger than just UAE. Obviously,
right.
We are from here. We are from this region, so we starting and we're spreading out. Like we just set up. About a month ago, we set up company in US. So because we have some clients in US, like a big networks there. So we're slowly spreading our wings to other countries as well. And obviously, we're targeting to be like a really multinational company in terms of like an international company, rather than just being solely focused here on UAE market.
And that would require you extending content support to other languages also.
Yes, definitely.
Right. Right now it's English only, or
it's English
only,
only,
right?
Yeah.
So all the best with. Right, sounds exciting. Even though I run a digital marketing agency, this product, I know I meet a lot of people who need this support. I meet a lot of people who have got an immense knowledge and understanding of their business, but they don't have the right support, and they always struggle. And the biggest challenge that they face is that they then go to an agency and they will pay like 100x of what even they pay, even the smallest of agency, of what they're going to pay you. And they burn their fingers, and it really doesn't work well, and they really don't have the time. Its approval process is a problem. So I feel your product sits amazingly well for an audience. It's just a matter of time before it scales up to your dreams. So all the best with and I hope you get millions of installs.
Yeah, thank you very much, and I hope we will sit here again, in a few months' time, and I'll be telling you about all the other stuff. We actually won now one prize, which was kind of like a very interesting.
The SME,
the SME, which was really nice and nice.
Oh, congratulations! Completely forgot. I saw that LinkedIn post. I completely forgot. I should have started with that, but it's always good to end on a good note.
Sure.
So congratulations to you and your team on winning that award, and hopefully it's just the start of the awards.
Thank you very much, Leo.
Thank you.